Hello, everyone. I am Roswell Royce Lord. I am the creator and director of one of the world's coolest dance Facebook. It's called Cool Folks Who Love to Bachata and More. I decided 3 years ago to gather 2,800 of the world's greatest dancers from all over the world, right? As we enter our third year anniversary, actually, we're going on to our fourth year. Oh my goodness. Yeah, my God. Our anniversary event is coming up very soon again. 3 years. I can't believe I'm doing this. Wow. Guess what? You know what? I decided to do something a little different. I want you guys to talk. I want to bring you guys live with me to have the opportunity to better promote yourself and tell the world a little bit more about you guys, right? So this summer, I decided to invite most of the organizers from around the world who has major events coming up this summer and to have the opportunity to speak about it. Um, I just want to say it's not mandatory. It's completely voluntarily. If you guys say no, Roswell, I just want to continue posting stuff, and you just put like and love, that's fine. I'll do it. But out of courtesy, I decided to, try this out for the summer. And if things go well, this is going to be a weekly thing, beginning in the fall of 2023. So let's see how things go. And so far, things are going good. I've been talking to you guys like close to 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. And, as you can tell, I have nothing else to do with my life but to chit chat with you guys, right? All right. But I'm blessed. I'm completely blessed to speak with each one of you. And everyone appreciates that. And I appreciate it. So thank you in advance. And there's a quick announcement before I bring in one of one of the world's beautiful and most talented and sophisticated dancer. Martha Annette Smith-Cruz is going to join us pretty soon. I want to talk to her. She's live in Detroit, so she's taking some time out from her busy schedule just to sit with me, and I appreciate that. I just want to say thanks in advance, Martha. But before I bring her out, I just want to say I'm back home in New York. I left about a year ago. As everyone knows, I had some family matters to take care of. And my mom and we had to move down south to Atlanta. So to be honest with you, I didn't want to come back. I loved it down there. Indian food every day, Alpharetta, Georgia, as everyone knows. I just dancing every week and doing stuff. But I'm happy to be back here in New York to see everyone and hang out. So I plan to come to most of your events, up north. So I'll be popping up every now and then. But thank you guys for being members of Cool Folks. So we're gonna start this interview. I just want to say I'm starting off a little late today. I'm sorry I skipped dinner. Just one of those days, bad hair days. So just everyone just have little patience with me. But Martha's here and she's gonna make things perfect. Okay. Martha.
Hi.
Hola.
Hola.
Before we start, show everyone your nails.
Oh my goodness.
Please. I love those. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. As I was telling Martha right before we went live, I used to work, I could not find a job with a master's degree. So I ended up selling shoes for 8 years. I used to work at Macy's and I enjoyed it. There's nothing wrong, selling stuff and whatever. But I said to myself, I got to do something productive with my life. So I said, let me sell shoes. So 8 years of working in retail, I'm used to looking at people's feet. Okay. Not their chest, their feet. So most of you women who danced with me over the last 3 years, if you notice when I dance with you, I'm not the typical guy that looks where a guy should look. I look all the way down to see what shoes you're wearing and how beautiful your nails are. So just so you guys know. So I can't help it. It just, I just can't help it.
You're always
Martha,
complimentary.
First thing I noticed about Martha is her nails, right? And Martha, you can verify that, right? I didn't say hello. How was your day? I'm like, just breath.
Yes.
So, as everyone knows, I'm thrilled to have Martha here tonight. And how we met, I'm so embarrassed because my memory, maybe I think it was like 2 years ago in September in Florida. think it was like Miami. I was rushing to an event as I normally do, and this beautiful, gorgeous woman, so Liz, comes up to me and taps me on the shoulder and say, "Hey, Roswell, how you doing?" I'm like, it was last night, right? No. She's like, "No, it's don't you know who I am, Martha?" I'm like, "Oh,
I didn't say that.
okay." So Martha, was very nice enough to introduce herself to me professionally. She, shake my hand. She's like, "Roswell, good to meet you. Come to Detroit, blah blah blah." And I said, "Yeah, sure, sure." And later that night, she was one of the women, the last of the two women I danced with. Actually, she was the last one. Saved the best for last. Okay, so I danced with her. Half awake. It was 5 a.m. I said I just had to. She's a nice person. I felt her energy. I mean, she's a nice person. But I just felt kind of bad because, like, I was kind of like half awake and I'd have my contacts on. Before you know it, I keep bumping into her, and I just felt bad. So, but being the professional person she is, she's like, "Roswell, just keep going. You're doing fine. You're cool, man. You're cool." So she's a good person. She's professional. For a dancer to say that, okay, don't worry about it. Keep on going. That's what makes a professional dancer professional. So that was me. If it was a table's turn, I'll be like, "Look, you're stepping over my shoes. You're brushing my hair. What's up with you, woman?" Okay, so I'm not that professional. Okay. Martha's here. She's going to talk to us about some stuff. Okay. First of all, she's in Detroit. So Martha, first of all, tell us about that beautiful background. Where are you? I'm in New York. You're in Detroit. Where are you broadcasting from? Please tell us.
I'm actually in the studio. I'm outside of the studio because we have 2 rooms, but we have 2 classes going on right now. So it's a gorgeous day, and we have benches outside for people to sit during the socials. So I decided to just come out here and enjoy the weather and talk to you guys. But we are in the suburbs of Detroit. We're in a city called Livonia, and it's pretty centrally located to pretty much everything. We're about 30 minutes away from everything, so we have a lot of people that come from all different areas.
I want to let you know, I've never been to Detroit, but you remember when I met you the first time, you were telling me about that big event that happened. Was it November? That
Yes.
major event you were talking
Yes.
about? Okay, I got a secret to tell you. Okay, I got a secret to tell you. Okay, I was planning to call you 8 days before your event to ask you about direct flights from New York to there, and all of that stuff. But then again, my mom, as everyone knows, I take care of my mom now, second full-time job. So it didn't really happen. And I was hoping to give you a surprise. Plan B was to show up, give you a surprise. And then I waited for the last minute to book a ticket, and it just didn't work out. So I just want to, say I apologize for not, because my intention, God knows in my heart, my intention was to show up and say, "What's up?" And see who you're dancing with.
I would have been dancing with you. Yeah,
So I just want to
bachata
let
and
you know.
cocktails. Bachata and cocktails.
But on the bottom of my heart, I really did. I really did. So, but I have to come to Detroit, soon, and say hi to you and
Yes.
stuff. And so I just want to say, you've been doing a great job. All your postings, I love the pictures. Everything. You are the co-owner at M&A Dance Lab Studio. Okay, and you are the co-director at Evolution Latina Detroit. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Thank God for Spanish 101 in college. Okay. And English 101 in 8th grade. Thank God.
Yes.
Okay, tell us more. Actually, don't tell me. Tell the audience a little bit more about you and how it's like being the co-owner and the co-director. Okay. So a lot of pressure there.
It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. But it's something that I enjoy doing. So I own the studio with Alejandro, my partner, the M and the A, Martha and Alejandro. We both have a passion for dancing, and it was just after being partners for so long, we just decided that it's been a dream of mine my entire life to have a dance studio, probably since I was about 13 or 14 years old. I started dancing ballet when I was 7, and I danced in Indianapolis, in Bloomington, and It was just something that I started teaching kids when I was about 12 years old, and did gymnastics, did coaching, all of that. And I just always wanted to have my own space so that I could share with the community and help bring up little bitty dancers and gymnasts to become more than what they could ever imagine. So it's really not very stressful. Because I love doing it. The running of the operation is pretty simple. I mean, we have our regular cleaning, you know, we have our scheduling. Our schedule is pretty consistent. We don't change classes a lot, except if we add something or remove something. We run series from the beginning of the month. That way, at the beginning of the month, everybody can come and start learning something new. And we are pretty strict about moving people up because we want everybody to have a really strong foundation. That's something that is probably lacking in every community around the country. I won't say for Europe, because Europe is in South America, Latin America are very different. People are very open to taking classes and continuing to learn, versus here where people want to come and take a few weeks of classes or a few months of classes, and then they're doing their own thing. So it's really great to have a consistent group of people coming and learning and wanting to participate in expanding their repertoire for their social dancing. I love doing what I do. I do work a full-time job, so this is my second full-time job, and this is my favorite job, of course. And then we have a few teams. So in addition to bachata, we also teach salsa on 1, salsa on 2. We teach kizomba, and we have another instructor that offers Detroit ballroom. So we have our salsa team, we have our bachata teams with Evolucion Latina, and we also have a kizomba team. So it is pretty busy in here Sunday through Thursday. Fridays and Saturdays we don't teach. We don't have any classes. We don't have team practices. Those are our days off. And sometimes we're traveling, and sometimes they have a social here. So that's pretty much the schedule. Is Sunday through Thursday we live here. This is our home.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you summed up the entire interview. I mean, okay, we're done. Good night. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah,
Next week. See you guys
I
next
see
week.
you. I got
We answered all the questions before.
Yeah,
That's but
Alejandro started Evolucion Latina here in Detroit under the direction of Jose Serrano out of Chicago, which I think you interviewed already or are interviewing this week or something. I saw a post. Yeah. We started that here about 4 years ago. This is our 4th season. And the community that has been a part of the teams, they have grown significantly. We've gone to Summit twice. They've won trophies. They've gained experience. We've gone to Euroson Latino and gained experience there, won a couple trophies there too. So we're excited about the growth of the community as a whole. I'm very proud because, you know, you always want your students to become more than you ever were. That's my goal. I want my students to become more than I ever was. I want them to accomplish way more. I want them to be better than me. I want them to be able to show me what they've learned and go on and teach somebody else. So, or be here, and we have students that are training to be instructors and that are going through training. And it's really important to be able to share that knowledge with other people and to have them be able to share it with others in the future. So I'm very proud. I love watching their growth.
That's great. I'm happy you said that. As everyone knows, like I'm in this like super cool like doctoral PhD program, and it's called Human Services.
Mm-hmm.
Human Services. I like to help people, right? There's different ways to help people, right? You can defend someone. You can like provide food to them. Help them select a nice shoe to go dance in, or you can make a difference in their overall educational future, which I plan to do. I am trying to create a program. Well, first of all, let me back up here. As everyone knows, my dad has Alzheimer's, and thank God for CNAs. CNAs are certified nursing assistants, who are the people that take care of people in nursing homes and have dementia and all that stuff. I can't do what they do. They have, to me, they're just angels, so I'm happy what they do. I'm trying to invent a program, Martha, in order to better recruit more CNAs, more nurses, open up the healthcare field, and try to develop a program to better do that. So I finished the doctoral program. I'm doing the dissertation now. That's another reason I came back home for the summer, because I have to prepare my protocol and all of that good stuff. to make a long story short, our intentions are parallel, Martha, because like I feel like I'm doing this because I know I want to make a difference in someone's life. I want to, I want to accomplish something. And when I accomplish something and I know I made a difference, an overall positive difference in someone's structure or their career, or I'm opening up more futures or opportunities for them, I can sleep at night peacefully. I can say that, wow, I accomplished something, and look what I've done, and look where this person is going, and we worked hard, and to make a long story short, I like to help people also, and I like to invest a lot of time and energy in what I do. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that the dance studio, that everything that you do, and the students, and everything that you just mentioned, at the end of the day, like maybe tonight after you're done talking with me, when you sit back and you reflect, right? You're like, before you think about Wednesday, you're like, oh wow, look at the stuff that I've done on Tuesday, and look at how this person has grown, and look what's gonna. At least I do that. I try to reflect, and I'll be like, oh wow, okay. How do
Yeah,
you feel?
absolutely.
How do you feel knowing that you made a significant impact in that individual's life, and you're like, wow, that person can, especially a child, that they can grow more in that direction that you are leading them into. So I guess what I'm trying to say, how do you feel has not only as a dancer, but how do you feel as a person?
It makes me feel really good. It makes me feel like I've helped someone accomplish something. There are a lot of people that come to dance as an escape from whatever their personal situations are, from the stressors of life, from the stressors of work, from the stressors of taking care of a loved one. So we have a lot of people that actually do take care of a patient with Alzheimer's, whether it's a
Oh,
family member, they're a
okay,
nurse. Like we have a variety of people that are in the same or similar situations as you.
okay.
We have people that are going through divorce or have really stressful jobs, and they just come here to escape, and before you know it, you see all of the progress that they're making, and it feels really good inside to know that you're providing a space that is open and welcoming, inviting, and that is diverse, because our community here in Michigan is very, very diverse. I always say that my circle of friends is the United Nations. So, because there's people from everywhere in dance, and there's every walk of life that you could imagine. So it's really interesting to be able to bring all of those people together and not only see how they grow, but how they interact, how they learn. And you learn from that. You learn from those people every single day. So for me, it's very fulfilling, because not only are we giving them a space that makes them happy, but we're also watching them grow something that they're passionate about. We're going to
Yeah.
be getting lots of dings because ballroom is just letting out. So
No,
they're
that's
really
all
excited.
good. That's all good. That's all good. Passion is a key word here. It's kind of funny because like almost every dancer that I've been interviewing, these from cool folks, for these last 3 months, they've been all like saying the same stuff. You guys have not even really talked about the interviews among one another. You guys agree, passion, passion, passion. So that's great. And I'm proud of all 2,800 of you. There's a reason, Martha. There's a reason I decided to carefully choose each one of you guys to be on this bachata face, not only because you guys are beautiful, you guys are famous or whatever, but you guys mean well, and you guys think alike. You guys do. Trust me, you guys do. Um, and I want to say something about the stuff about someone told me about dance saved them, and dance as a way.
Yes.
Can I be another truthful, honest with you? I don't drink at all, right? Never in my life. I mean, I when I was in college, I was afraid that my roommate might beat the crap out of me if I don't taste beer. So I tasted beer because I was a fraternity guy, and that was that. I never
Peer
drank.
pressure.
I live in a media life, as everyone know. I go dancing. I never, I just, I take two bananas before I go dancing with some
Excuse me.
green tea, and that keeps me up for like 2 days. And that's what I do to keep me. So
Okay.
that's what I did right before I danced with you. The banana like kept me, going. And but what happened? I was very sad that night, right before I danced with you, because I got some news from home that my dad condition and condition went down, like way down. And I'm like, oh God, I just want to, you ever get that feeling you want to be left alone? You don't want to see anyone. You don't want to hear people that say, oh, I'm sorry for you, also. I'm sorry. You just, but I said I had to dance with you. I had to really put a smile on my face. So another reason I bumped into your what is because my mind wasn't where it's supposed to be. I was thinking about home, and I was trying so hard to stay focused on the dance floor, you know. So, but I guess what I'm trying to say is just that dance saves me. It saved me, and not only that, as most of you guys know, I probably said this a few times in the past, Martha. I was in a relationship with a Latin person for the first time in my life, and I never really had an appreciation for Latin people before that. I'm growing up in the '70s and '80s and stuff. All I listened to was American music, had American friends. If you don't speak English, then you're not my friend or whatever. So I decided to go in a relationship with this person, and it was really bad because I kind of forced it. I mean, I kind of forced love to happen. I forced love to happen, which was bad, really bad. I figured I'm getting older. My friends are going to be talking about me. Everyone's getting. I'm going to die alone, and there's a Latin person around the corner. I'm going to make it work. That's bad, 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 and it was very bad. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that I was at a point when we broke up. I was at a point in my life when, I'm like, there's some pills, there's some water. No one's going to know about me. Just. And it was really, I never had those thoughts before, never in my life. Someone as me, I majored in psychology, did my math, never smoked, never did drugs, don't drink coffee, don't eat meat. And there I am thinking about ending it. By the grace of God, I did it. Something kept me. I don't know if I'm thinking about my mom, who's going to take care of her, all the people that need me in the world, the CNAs, my dad, so something kept me alive that night. The point of my story is that then and there, okay, maybe 8 days later, I decided to listen to my first bachata music, Latin, just Spanish music in general, for the first time in my life. I said, what do I got to lose? So I listened, and I don't know, I forgot, I don't know if it was like Aventura or whatever. I didn't understand anything because, I don't speak Spanish. But for some odd reason, I felt like the lyrics were directing to me, right, Martha? I felt it was directing to me. And I felt
Yeah, for sure.
And I felt that he's really saying, Roswell, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Okay. And I did between the lines. Okay. And then before you know it, a week later, 2 weeks, 3, 4, 5, 2, all I can listen to is bachata music and blah, blah, go dancing, So I guess what I'm trying to say, I made a negative stuff into a positive stuff, which was good. Right. So it saved me. So I just want to say, when somebody comes up to you, right, and they say, Martha, you kind of saved me from from a bad situation, or thank you for making this space available for me, or making this time. I mean, if you don't mind me asking, I know it's a weird question I'm asking, but how do you feel knowing that not only did you make a difference in that person's career, but you made a difference in that person's life? Like you kind of like help that person live or to come back. Because I mean, people go dancing for different reasons. That was my reason. My reason was, let me go dancing before I do something weird again. And so people have different reasons. How do you feel when you know that you may have not really saved a life, but you maybe encourage somebody to make themselves productive and useful, and that's what I'm trying to ask you. Like, how do you personally feel? You see what I'm saying? How do you?
Yeah, no, and I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing that with me because I didn't know that side of you. I didn't know that part of you, that part of your history, and it's hard to be in that space. Yeah, we as people always need someone to acknowledge something that has made an impact on their life, right? And so there have been people that have come here and said, dance saved my life, you saved my life, or I met someone because of you. And I feel honored because we don't realize, we're like, oh, we're here to teach, and we love laughing and dancing with you and teaching you and enjoying music and learning from each other. But for someone to take the time and say, you really made an impact on my life and I really appreciate what you've done, it takes, sometimes it's very hard for people to do that. And so it's really important to acknowledge that and to accept it and just say thank you. Even if you don't know what to say, all you have to do is say thank you, because that's a compliment to you. And so for me, like I said, I feel honored when people say those things to me, and it does make a difference in my life because not that we're looking for validation, but it validates what you're doing. It brings it to light, right? It brings a certain level of that's not the right word I want to say. It brings a certain, this is bad about being alive.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We're
It
among
brings a
friends. We're
certain
among
level
friends.
of
Like closest, like a
not
sense of.
validation, but just feeling acknowledged that you have accomplished something
Yeah.
for someone else, or that you've allowed them to accomplish something through you. So just feeling honored, I think, is the best way to describe it.
Yeah, yeah. And I want to say
Say
real
hi.
quickly, yeah, I want to say real quickly, don't feel, I mean, say what you have to say. The reason, Martha,
Yeah,
the
I know
reason,
sometimes it's just hard to explain that, because it's not that it's a weird or strange question, but it's something that I have. Well, I'll tell you a story really quick. We had our Kizomba, or we have an annual Kizomba weekender in June. And over quarantine, when shutdown happened right after Atlanta Salsa Bachata Festival, we decided that we were going to start teaching online right away. Put a studio in my basement, got everything set up, the video and everything, and started teaching online right away. Okay. We had some people that, I mean, this was like the only thing that saved them from going crazy, was having online class, or later on when it was okay to be together, to come into the studio or do stuff outside at my house and have class and rehearse, the team rehearse and everything, in a safe way. And there's a couple that met and they got engaged. And at the weekender last Saturday, there was a big to do about it. And the first thing that he said was, "Martha, you saved my life." And I was like, I don't even know how this happened. Like, how are you saying that? Because he met the love of his life. And I'm like, it's just like everybody has gone through this quarantine, and your group came out of it. We have other stuff that came out of it as well. But to know that just by having classes during the quarantine period, during shutdown, it was just, it's nice that something really good came out of it, out of our own group. And so, yeah, so it's nice. It feels good. I feel honored, and I love seeing that people can find love for dance and love for each other through dance.
you should have invited me to one of those weddings. I could have done live from.
Oh, the wedding hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. This was
Oh,
just
you gotta let me know. That would be cool. Live from, that would be, that's, let's see, the ratings would go all the way. No, 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 forget the rating. I just want to be part of the wedding. That would be cool.
exactly. I know. I'm really excited. This is so we've had one wedding. This will be the third one from M&A. We have a baby. We even have a baby on the way.
A
We have
baby.
a baby on the way. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I got a couple names for the baby. Well, is it a boy or a girl?
It's a boy. His name is Damon. He's already named Damon.
Oh, good. It could have been, Royce. Okay, no, I'm sorry. I know.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like it's and people meet. One of the things that I actually love, I started doing events before I had a studio. And one of the things that I love is that, you get to meet people at all these different events, just like I met you at Miami DFF. And, you see all of these people on Facebook, and you're in groups and talking, and you go and teach workshops, and you meet a lot of people. And the one thing that I love is being able to host an event and have people come and meet and go to other events. And now they're in groups, and now they travel together, and then they're in relationships, and then they move across the country to be together because they've fallen in love. I mean, it's a great feeling to see that. It makes me very happy that people, through the love of dance, find other people that they are great friends with, or that they fall in love with and get married, and whatever. So, I mean, it's just great. It's a great feeling. It's great to watch that.
I think that might be me. I mean, if I stay a little longer, maybe after like 2 a.m., I think I'll probably like go home with my future wife. My problem is just that, like 1, 2, I mean, when you and I danced for the first time, by the grace of God, I just happened to be up, to like 5, and, but, I think if I just stick around a little longer, or probably like come a little bit before the dance socials, maybe I could make that connection with somebody, or they get to know me. Because one of my friends told me, like, one of the good ways to meet a girl, Roswell, when you go to one of those like big events or whatever, just don't go to the social and whatever. Like probably come a little earlier, or maybe like pretend that you know.
Go to classes.
Yeah,
Take
go to
classes.
classes. But I said,
Take
bro,
classes.
I said, bro, let's think about this for a second. If I have to stay up till like 2:01, right? I need my sleep, and I don't look good with bags on my eyes and my jerry curl. So I gotta
Tell me
like sleep
about it.
every day. And he's like, well, just try to go to bed early the night before. But I said I can't because I have to work. So it's one excuse after the excuse. But you said something that made sense. I mean, the example that you gave me, people finding love and stuff. I mean, that's an eye opener for me, Martha. So I need to really, really, be a little bit more diligent and a little bit more serious, like when I go to events, because I just don't want to just go, and just dance and look good and whatever. I want to, get to make that.
But that's what you should be focusing on. You should be focusing on taking classes and getting better and looking good and feeling good, right? Everything else is secondary. I think that, and not to diminish what your friend said, but when you go somewhere, you shouldn't go with the expectation of meeting someone or with the hope of, you want to hope to meet people, right? And expand your friend circle and everything. But that shouldn't be the expectation, is to meet someone that you're going to have a relationship. Because it's unreal. It's unrealistic. It's not going to happen.
You want to is really unrealistic. And thank God we're live among Cool Folks Love to Bachata members, because if I had to do a live interview with my general Facebook, there would be so many lawsuits now. But we're all friends, we're all friends, 2,800 of us. But let me tell you something. I mean, I just have to just be a little bit more careful when I try to meet people, because I'm cool. I have this Cool Folks platform. So one of my friends told me that, Roswell, take a chance. Don't be. But I'm like, I can't. What if I really get this girl really angry, and then the next I got to run into her, and then but she's like, take a chance. You never know. I don't know, Martha.
I mean, you take a chance, but there's a respectful way of approaching a person, regardless of whether you're male or female, and a disrespectful way of doing it. And I'm really big at that. I'm really, really big on that. We even here we have a zero tolerance policy. Like, if you want to approach someone, do it in the right way. Like, have some manners, have some decency and respect for yourself first before you go hitting on everyone and making inappropriate comments because you've had far too many drinks or whatever. That's the biggest thing, is be respectful. You be respectful on the dance floor, off the dance floor. A dance is I say this all the time. A dance is a 3-minute romance on the floor. 3-minute romance, maybe 5 if it's a long salsa or a kizomba. But once that stops, it stops. And if you want to approach someone outside of dance, off the dance floor, do it in a respectful manner. Okay. Don't assume that the connection that you have with someone on the dance floor translates to something off the dance floor, because that is the biggest misconception that I can relate to and that I can speak to in my experience in social dancing.
Okay, you know what that means? That means that when I dance with you again, I'm going to be like, Martha, we need to talk right after the dance, right? I'm going to be like, Martha, 3 minutes is over. You know what's next, right? So I'm just being
water.
I'll be like, yeah, why? You be like, Roswell? No, I would never do that. I'm okay. I'm cool. It's just that, I mean, this is a perfect opportunity for me to meet people, but I just gotta, just do it the right way, and still be professional and still, maintain my good looks. Okay. Oh, speaking of that is something I don't need to,
as long as we can.
I don't need to really focus on that too much, the good looks part, but I just want to say, that if you hear something ringing in the background, I don't know where it's coming from. So,
it's a phone somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know where it's coming. I think it was my mom's doctor. Hey, Mom, I think your doctor is calling you. Hold on for a second. I can't believe I'm live. Mom, can you just get the phone for a second? I'm live. God, my mom is taking over my.
It's all right. It's all right.
Okay.
No worries.
Anyway, but I just want to say, that it's great that you mentioned that, and I'll keep that in mind. Thank you so much. All these people that you're saying hello to and bye. I mean, you can bring them on and whatever. I mean,
everybody's leaving class.
Anyone,
see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Everybody was talking about the baby, and Roswell wanted to name the baby.
Hey,
and Sebastian.
Hola, how are you? I'm
Is our other
Roswell.
director. So yes, that's the
Hey.
ELDC baby.
Oh my goodness, it's good. Beautiful. When do you do? When do you do again? When do you do?
August.
Oh,
In
Leo.
August.
A Leo. So
Yes.
your
So
baby got
Leo.
that. Leos are like blessed babies. I know that because I studied like zodiacs in college, and Leos are. If you're born like, okay, there's two zodiacs that are completely blessed. Okay, my zodiac, which is November Sagittarius. I just know. Okay, and Leo, August. I'm not joking. Look it up on Google. They
I
say
believe you.
I
they
believe
say
you.
two
I
two
believe
zodiacs that
you.
are blessed, completely blessed, not blessed completely, but are August, Leo people, Leo kids, and Roswell, Sagittarius.
And now Alejandro's coming out.
Whoa, I know that guy. What's up?
Hey,
How are you? Am I going to see you in Miami in two
yes, you
days?
will. I'll see
Yeah,
you on
I'm coming
Thursday.
out to Miami to hang out with all my friends in Central Movement. So I hope,
Nice.
yeah, good to see
Yeah,
you.
good to
I'm
see
happy
you
to see you.
too.
I got to interview you next. I'm going to send you a
Yeah,
request. You better say yes.
yes,
You better say. I'm telling you now. Call me back when I call you. 'Cause I want to go live with you. It's good to
of
see you.
course.
It's
Good
good.
to
Good.
see you,
It's always
sir.
good to see you.
All right, good to see you.
Have a good night. Have a good night. Good to see you, my friend. Oh, he's such a good guy. He's a
Yeah.
great dancer. He's a great dancer. And his postings are great. He's also a member of Cool Folk, so he's a great
Yep.
guy. He's a good guy. Oh, you too. You both are.
That's
Now
why he's
you,
my
you
partner.
now I got it. Yeah, he's super cool, super nice. Kazumba. You mentioned
Yes,
Kazumba, and I
Kizomba.
have to. People are telling me, Roswell. If you're gonna, this cool folk stuff. What about people that love the salsa and Kazumba and Zouk? Like, what about us? So, guys, I didn't mean to leave all of you guys out. Decided to choose bachata because B comes before S, B comes before M, B comes. So, bachata according to the alphabets. Is that a good excuse?
Bachata's taking over.
It sure did. Yeah, cool folks would love to.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's lots of groups for salsa. There's lots of groups for kizomba. There's lots of groups for zouk. So, and there's groups for SBKZ. There's lots of stuff.
I got a video for
There.
you. Speaking of Kazumba, I got a
Oh,
video of it. It's a video of you and I dancing. Look, 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 look. I got a surprise
oh,
for you. I got a surprise for you. You're gonna be so happy. Let's see if I can show you this. Bear with me for 1 second. Okay, so it's a video of oh no, I thought that was me. Okay,
oh! You thought
sorry,
it was
wrong video.
you?
I thought that was me. He
No,
looks like me from the
no,
back.
that was that guy over there.
I thought that was me. Okay, I'm
Don't
sorry. I'm sorry.
pretend it's you. It's okay.
I didn't have dinner today. I thought that was you and I. We were like, anyway, this is a beautiful video. The Kazumba Fusion Show at Cincy Movement Anniversary Weekend Social by Martha and Alejandro. So I want to play it so everyone can see it. I know it's a little small. I'm so sorry because my laptop is. But let's just see how this goes. Okay, let me get some sound here, and let's play it. Wow. Oh my God. It's like, I don't know where to begin. Yes, I do know where to begin. Those shoes. First thing I know that I love the shoes. Where did you get those shoes from? I love them. I love your shoes.
This is actually, those are actually Jose Serrano shoes.
I love them. I mean,
These are our performance shoes for the team.
Okay. Who decides on an outfit? I like the blue's my favorite color, as everyone knows, you know. But who decides on an outfit and something? Like, who makes the final decision?
So we design our own costumes.
Oh.
Yeah, we design all of our own costumes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, now I know. You know, when it's my turn to go up there and perform, I know I have some stuff for you to design for me, you know, like, and you know what I like, you know.
Yes, you like all the tropical stuff. I got you.
I'm a tropical boy in West Indies. I'm a tropical boy. So, yeah. That video. I mean, how long does it take to actually prepare for something like that? I mean, I know it's not like it's not like an interview thing, like, prepare what you're going to say the night before. I mean, how long in advance, like that specifically, how long did it take the two of you to actually prepare for that?
Let me see. We probably took about a couple of weeks to put it together, and then usually it happens a lot faster than that. So 1 to 2 weeks to put a choreo together, and then just rehearse it for months.
Wow. So when you guys rehearse, like, what happens if, like,
right there?
Oh.
We rehearse right there in the studio. Here, you can look through the window. That's the big room.
Oh my God.
Then we have a smaller room too. So
okay, that's good.
We have a small studio. It's 1,700 square feet. We have one bathroom, but we make it work. This room's 1,200 square feet. The other one's 400. It works. It works for us, and we're growing. But we love having, our space, our own space that we can go to and practice.
So when you guys practice, let's just say, like me, like, I'm grumpy on Sundays, as everyone knows. I'm grumpy on Mondays. As Wendy and Rodrigo know when I interviewed them. But if Wendy is listening, Wendy, I'm sorry, but Sundays and Mondays I'm grumpy. Okay, so you're like, what are you like? Well, Russell, Monday's a great day. No, it's not. No, not Sunday either. Okay, so if I was practicing with you, I would be like, skip Sunday and Monday, but you would be like, but hey, Roswell, people are expecting us to do this, and get that Sunday, Monday crap out of your head. So how do you motivate yourself? Let's say you're having a bad hair day. Let's just say, which you're not.
And it becomes a bun.
Yeah, and you're like,
bun head, always a bun head.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm gonna make a bun for you, okay?
There's a reason I'm sweating. Not because of the chapstick, but because you're gorgeous hair. I love it. But seriously, in all due respect, let's say you're having a bad day, and Alejandro, let's say he's having a good day or whatever. I mean, how do you motivate yourself to make yourself more? I can't say readily available, because that's kind of weird. But how do you make yourself more professionally ready to do that as promised with your partner, even though you may have a crappy day, or maybe you did, or whatever? How do you like put all this?
That's a really good question.
Because I can't do that. I can't. I would be like, I'm not doing that. It's Sunday or Monday.
Sometimes it just doesn't work out. Sometimes it just turns into a really bad rehearsal, and you have to just be honest with yourself and with each other and say, hey, it just today I don't feel like doing this, or can we work on something else, or can we just go get something to eat and then rehearse later? I mean, the good thing about having our own place is that we can come here at 5 a.m, 7 a.m, whenever we want. We're usually here very, very late, and the thing is that you have to think about what you have to do versus what you feel like doing. And sometimes if we have time and we don't have something coming up, it's not like really, really imperative, and we can, postpone a rehearsal. It's okay. But we try. We try. I mean, everybody goes through it. Sometimes we just have bad days. You don't feel good. You're sick. Car broke down, whatever. Air conditioning broke, which happened last week during our event. But yeah. those things tend to put you in a bad mood, but you still got to get up and go. So what do? Is I like to walk through things and think about the things that I'm having trouble with or that I want to improve or change, and go from there and not allow it to really get the best of me. So that's the biggest thing, is just not, recognizing what you can and cannot do.
Okay, so now it's performance night. You're there, and you look pretty, and your partner looks handsome, and all eyes are on you guys, and everyone's looking at your shoe and his shoe, and the colors, and I'm looking at his feet and your feet too. Okay, okay. To make a long story short, how if you're really in a that's what I should ask all of you guys. That's a good interview question to ask you guys live. You guys, the curtains are up. Whether you get a headache, a bad hair day, your tummy ache, whatever, you're about to like deliver 500 babies, whatever. You got a job to do. So how do you feel like that night? Like how do you actually I think a little psychology is involved here. How do you actually put mind over body and be like, okay, I got to put all the stuff in back of my head for 3 or 4 minutes? Like think about it. I want everyone to think about it. That's what makes a professional dancer a professional dancer. When they're at their worst moment, but they still keep their promises to Roswell and everyone else. How do you do it? If you don't mind me asking you, like, how do you maintain perfection even on the dance floor? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's
it does, and we all strive for perfection, right? But none of us are perfect. We're human beings, and we make mistakes, and you want to do the best as you can, and you try to do the best as you can. And for me, it's just staying focused on what I'm supposed to do. My count. Sometimes I count in my head, especially if it's something that I know I have trouble with, or it is challenging for me, or I tripped, or the floor was sticky or slippery or whatever. It doesn't matter. You just have to keep going. What's the next step? What's the next step? What's the next step? And just keep going. And remember that you're not only doing this for yourself, because we do this for ourselves first, but that you're doing it for your audience. And I love performing. I love giving people a good show. And I've had bad shows. We all have had bad performances. But you get up and go, and you keep moving, just like you said. You gotta just get up and keep moving, keep going. You don't have a choice. You do not have a choice. What do you do? Walk off stage, stop the music, start over, please? No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm bad at this. I mean, I'm happy I wasn't dancing with Alejandro.
Gotta keep going.
I was dancing with him. I'm like, bro, I'm tired. Let's give me 2 minutes, man. I'm not 18 anymore. I need 2 minutes break. He'll be like, Roswell, you better get your. I can imagine him now. Like, Roswell, complain and get on the dance floor, bro. No, I can't do what you guys do.
Yeah, no. One of the things is that's why repetition is so important. It takes 1,000 repetitions to get one thing. 1,000. So that's why repetition in class and rehearsal, practicing on your own, listening to your music, going through the counts, it takes repetition. Repetition. And the more you rehearse, the better it comes out. It becomes second nature. It's like your body is just doing whatever it's supposed to do to the music. And that's the best feeling, because then you can really express yourself, and then you can really put feeling into your movement, and you can give emotion. You can put emotion into your movement. So rehearsal is really important.
Yeah, I like how you did the spin and stuff. When I tried that like a couple years ago in Miami, when I went down to Miami to take dance classes, my instructor was trying to tell me how to stay balanced. When you you pivot in one spot, and your partner spinning you in a circle, and instead of you falling to the floor and be like, I got a headache, you're like, you still got a smile on your face. Like, how do you? I mean, someone told me. Okay, no. Somebody told me that the secret is, right, Roswell, try to focus on something while you're spinning.
It's called a spot.
Oh, that's what it's called.
It's called spotting.
Oh, no wonder I passed out after I did that.
But it
takes, I'm getting a headache. I'm going to sue you guys.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot of practice, because you get dizzy.
I'm like, I told them I didn't drink. They didn't believe me. Like, oh, Roswell, stop lying. You know you drank. I'm like, no, I don't. Trust me. God is my witness. I didn't. I just get a headache.
No, you do get a headache. Because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing
Believe
until
me, I don't.
you learn to spot and keep your center. It's a lot of work. There's a lot that goes into spinning, and trust me, I am no pro at it. No pro at it.
I think you are. As far as I'm
I
concerned,
can hang a little bit. I can hang a little bit.
Oh, speaking of hang, I like when he tossed you. He lifted you up, and that's good balance. He lifted you up, and you know when to like. I like that. I like that's romantic. Like a guy lifts up the chick. I mean the woman, and then he lands her right.
You said the chick.
Wouldn't it be fun? It would, the next generation of dancers, if like women can do that to God, that would be so awesome. Imagine that. Imagine lifting him up, Ollie Hunt with one hand, like. I would love to see that. But
yeah. Well, you get to see that in Miami on Saturday for performances.
Oh wow! Yeah, I'm going to Saturday. I'm going back to Miami for 2 nights. I'm just going for actually 2 nights just to
go watch the shows. Everyone watching, you should always go to the shows at events. Go to the shows. Those people put in so much work, so much repetition to put on a show, not only for themselves but for you guys too. Go watch the show. It doesn't matter if you haven't gotten dressed in your gala wear or whatever for the social. Go watch it. Go take a nap and then go and social dance. See? Class, eating, nap, shows, nap, social dancing.
Wait. It's too fast. I got to write this down. Wait, what order?
Classes.
What's part 2?
Take classes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Eat well. Hydrate.
Okay. Hydrate.
Take a nap. Yeah, hydrate.
I have to hydrate. Me, cool man who loves the bachata.
Cool man who loves the bachata. Yes. Hey guys.
All right, hydrate. Anyway, okay. But anyway, I just want to say thank you. I love you for this. I don't know if I can do it in that order, but I'll try. Let's see what happens on Saturday. Okay.
You just have to throw naps, food, and water in there. Like sprinkle it in every hour or so. The water, at least. The naps, at least 2 naps. You gotta, balance dancing with napping.
I always say, naps is very important. I'll be truthful with you. Of all the stuff, I always say that I need if I'm gonna go on a dance floor and look good and look pretty, which I normally do. I mean, I try to get I try to get my 5 hours sleep. I try because
yes.
I'm not going to be up till like 1 a.m. in the morning and knocking people over, and then
right.
Sleep is very important.
5 hours of sleep is great. If you can even get a 15 to 30-minute nap somewhere, even if it's on the beach under an umbrella, you got to do it. You got to take care of your body. You have to take care of your body. You can't take care of anybody else if you don't take care of yourself first. I have twins. They're 19, and the best advice I got from the Twins Club, because I was in the Twins Club when I was pregnant, was make sure, number 1, you keep a schedule, and number 2, that you sleep at least 5 hours. If you can sleep 5 hours, you're golden.
I normally fall asleep like 3:30, 4:30. I mean, since I was a child, I'm not one of those people that can sleep at 7, 8 p.m., get up at 10, and and whatever. It's just, I do it naturally. I just, I don't know. I eat sugar. I eat sugar before I fall asleep. That's when I don't have a 6-pack anymore. I have like 5-pack. No, because I eat a lot of sugar and that puts me to sleep. That works for me, and then I have to get up. So now everyone knows why, I don't have that 6-pack. Okay.
Chicho. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Sugar gets chicho.
You are.
Those are the side, the love handles. That's what we call them in Puerto Rico. Chicho.
I put on a little, I got a little tummy. I know. There's a reason. Thank God these videos are like up to the neck. If you see, anyway, I'm not gonna stand up for you, but I got a little tummy because I was in the South for such a long time. My mom was giving me a lecture yesterday.
Good.
Father's Day. We were around the family, my siblings and everyone. They look like supermodels, and they don't do anything. They just sit home and me. They're like, Russell, where'd you get that tummy from? You just came back from the South, right? I'm like, well, I just got lazy. I just I stopped. I began eating Indian food every day, which I love, and and eating sugar and whatever.
Oh, wait. Sorry.
Before you fall asleep, I got some couple important questions for you. You're not going anywhere. When I told you 6 hours, 6 hours. Okay, we have like 5 hours.
I told you I'm gonna charge you.
No, 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 no. I love you. I love you. I just want everyone to know. Okay, March is a witness. When you guys agree to do an interview with me, we do an interview, and it's not like a 5 minute. Oh, come to my event tonight. $5. So guys, be careful when you say yes. So Martha's stuck with me.
I'm
Okay?
gonna warn Alejandro.
Martha, I just want to say before we move on, I just want to say the split that you did, the video that you did, the split, how you ended it, I love that. That's all I'm gonna say. You did a great job. Both of you guys did a great job. Everything was done perfect. You guys both deserve an Emmy award each. Okay. Serious stuff we need to talk about. Okay, serious stuff. Okay, more serious than my good looks. Okay, when I don't get my good sleep. Okay. Okay. Support.
Yes.
You know where we're going with this.
Yes.
Okay. Support
How do
is
we
a
support
big
each
issue
other
for
in
me.
the
It's a
community?
big concern for me because I hate to see you guys, not you, I mean, my friends, whoever. I hate to see you guys like having like all of these events all within, the same day, dishing out all of this money, all of this cash, and only like one or two or three, people to show up. It doesn't make sense. If I, if I was hosting an event and I know only one person's going to show up or two, then I would be like, I'm packing my bags and moving across the world. Yeah, but organized, they keep doing it over and over and over. So I guess what I'm trying to say, and this is not a right or wrong answers, right? It's a Saturday night, okay, a Friday night, okay, or Monday night, a big event on Monday night or holiday night. 5 miles radius. Let's think about this for a second. 5 miles radius. 5 organizers, all right? We got Peter, Paul. What's the other apostle? Well, Peter, Paul.
Pablo.
Yeah. Baltimore. Okay, Jane and Katisha. Oh, Katisha, whatever. Okay, five friends, and they all have the same event on the same night, and they're all within like 5 miles radius of a walk, right? A big city. You have to decide. I have to decide. My mom has to decide. Everyone has to decide which of these events we're going to go to, right? And even if that happens, these guys, still, only a couple of people are showing up, and it happens over and over and over and over. So my question to you, okay, you answered my question. That was this always before COVID? Was this always like this, or just because
before COVID? Before COVID?
Yeah, was it always like this?
Yes. This is my opinion. This is the disclaimer. This is my opinion based on my experience in living and traveling to different cities. It happens all over the world. Number one, it happens all over the world.
Okay.
You cannot grow a community if you're working against each other and not together. So if you know that there's one studio that has an event, a social, every week or every other week or whatever, that those dates are, they've been doing it forever, don't do an event on the same day. Don't do it, especially if it's within, 30 minutes, 25 minutes of each other, especially not if you're within 15 minutes of each other. Like, that's just dumb. Why would you split the community like that? There's no reason for it. Everybody has something different to offer, but there's also 7 days in a week, and there's at least 28 days in every single month. So work together. Look at the schedules. If you have something, tell the other studios, talk to the other studios, say, hey, we're going to do this on this day. Do you guys have anything going on? Or find a community calendar and put your stuff on there and be active. Don't just put it on there and leave it. Find a volunteer that can work within your community for you and make them responsible and give them free entry to your socials in exchange for doing that work for you, to helping build the community and not divide the community. There's no reason to divide the community in that way. Don't book the same genre of events on the same weekend. Don't do it. You split the community. It's not fair. People work hard to bring artists from other places to, make their studios available for different groups and, all kinds of stuff. There's a lot that's involved. So don't work against each other, work together. Charles Ogar had been working on creating an algorithm and building a website to put all of the events on. And finally, bye guys, finally it's live and every single artist can go on there and do a profile. You can create your profile on there. Every studio, you can put your events on there. You can put your socials, you can put special things and birthday parties, whatever. If there's something dance related, you can put it on there. And I think it's great, and everyone should go to it and check there to see, okay, what else is going on in this weekend? Number one, do you want to travel somewhere and participate in an event? And number two, to make sure that you're not overlapping with anybody in your area and creating unnecessary competition. So, it's like for us, for example, my goal is to not book over anybody else. Our socials since we open are the first and the third Saturday of the month. That's how it stays. We don't book over anybody else. If we have special events, the goal is to go out and look at the calendar, look at everything else that's going on in the area, and make sure that we're not overbooking a special event to another event. If there are regular socials going on, bar things like that, then that's different because, you have to kind of rely on your artists and when your artists are available. But make an effort, talk to the other organizers in your area and work together and cross promote. We are the biggest one saying, hey, go to classes at every single studio that you can. Go, if there's special events going on, go take classes. You're going to miss class here because there's another artist coming in from out of town. Go take the class. Go take the class. Go learn, and you will find your own place. Your favorite place you will find, and you will go there where you feel most comfortable. And we don't have a problem with that. We encourage everyone to go everywhere. So that's how you can support your community. And if you find that you are with organizers that are doing that, then you as a student, as a customer, you need to speak up. Our communities need to work together and they need to speak up because otherwise nothing is ever going to change.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm absorbing everything you're saying, and the magic word that's keep going through my head as you talk is respect, which is not. It doesn't. I mean, if for example, if I'm looking at this calendar and I want to book something on the same Saturday as you do, I mean, and I know your name is already there, like a month or two or three, then why would I want to, put something there? But I think if I was not really thinking straight, and I was like, oh, I don't care about Martha, then I would be like, I'll put something on the calendar, just so people know that it's a Roswell event, and it doesn't matter who shows up, even though I put down $10,000 for the space or whatever. So I just think if I did something as ignorant as that would maybe make me do it not because I have a purpose for the community, to help the community or show them what we have to offer. It would just be like an internal, like, selfish reaction on my part because I just wanted everyone to know that, hey, it's Saturday night, and Saturday night means everyone has to come to my event, even if it's just me one person. Again, right. I'm going to bite my tongue for saying that because I don't want to offend anyone else. I know I'm live and people are looking at this, and so all I'm saying is that, guys, okay, when you guys have an event, okay, and you guys planning something, I just think if I was an organizer, and I'm not, because I'm not even organized. How can I be an organizer? But if I was an organizer, I think my mom would kill me knowing that one of my friends has an event, and I decide to put my name on that same night as my friend, and then that I'm not their friend anymore. If that makes sense. So I guess what I'm trying to say, guys, we all got family to trust me. I got more bill than God and Jesus and whatever. But you have to have a limit. You have to have respect, because we're leaders. You guys are leaders. You guys are role models to the young ones and everyone. You guys are instructors. So try to be role models even on a Saturday night or Friday night or whenever you guys are having a big event among yourselves. Okay, I know you guys got food and family and and bills to pay, but try to keep that pride and that macho self. Just be a little bit more mindful of the consequences.
Yeah.
Not only for you, but your partner and whoever else, because not only are they lucking out, but you're lucking out too. And it just so again, I'm not an organizer, Martha, and I'm just telling everyone that I'm just saying this based upon experience, what I hear, what you guys tell me. I just feel that, you know, just work together. And that's the reason I created this platform so
For sure.
we can learn from one another and unite as one family. Okay? That's all I wanted to say. Martha, I respect what you say. I respect, I mean, and I hope who's ever watching this video and they seriously absorb what you said and maybe plan in maybe 2023 is going to, and 2024, you guys begin looking at those calendars and just keep that in mind that you are competing against your friend and just it's not cool to do. Okay, that's
And
all
it's not even about competing against your friend or competing against an organizer. It's really we want to provide as many opportunities for our dancers
right, right.
to dance. So, it's like work together. It's just work together. Don't work against each other. That's it. That's all you
Yeah,
have to do is just not book something on the same day as someone else.
yeah,
You
and
know,
I don't
just
see why all five people can't
because
do
how can you enjoy both?
yeah.
Unless you go and pay one cover, one pass, one place, and then go pay another pass and cover somewhere else. And trust me, there are people in communities that do that. They're like, I want to go to both. And they go to one for a few hours, and then they come to another one for a few hours. And I've done it too. You want to support everybody, but let's be better.
I'm happy you said that because I'm one of those people. Because since all of you guys are on my platform, I have to I'm sorry, guys, but I'm complaining. I got to run here for 5 minutes. I got to run down south for 2 minutes. I got to get an Uber, go up north. Then I got to come just to go to all of your events, And it doesn't. It's guys, do me a favor, man. I'm not 18 no more. My heart, I'm gonna burn out. Showing up and saying hi, bye. I'm Roswell. Give me a hug. I gotta leave. I got a next event.
Five
Hi, bye, I'm
dances.
Roswell. So just let's work on that. That's all I'm gonna say. Everyone, to everyone.
No, I think that is something that all communities need to work on. And like I said, it happens all over the world. I've seen it everywhere I've gone.
Okay, don't doze out on me yet. I have a next video for you. Okay, I'm gonna
Uh-oh.
share. This is a video of you and I. I'm
Oh,
not joking.
are you sure?
Look, yeah, I've been. You're gonna love this video. This is you. This is really okay. This is us. You ready for this? You're gonna love my hat. You're gonna love this hat I'm wearing for you.
I must remember this night.
Okay, check out this video. Oh God. No, okay, this is not me. Oh well, I thought it was me. He looks like me. He has my, he's wearing the same shirt that I'm wearing. But anyway, check out this video,
have the
guys.
same skin tone.
I love this video. I love this video.
Se te nota lleno de amor, ven y dame un beso, se me nota que esta pareja se te nota, 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 mamá, se te nota, se te nota, se te nota, se te nota, chichi, se te nota.
Oh, wow. I like that. Sorry about that. We went to
You
make
know what? I'm probably the same as any other dancer. I watch my videos, but I don't like to watch them a lot because then I just start getting critical. So
I love the guy. I love his pants. I love guy. Back. When I
yeah,
was like,
that's Juan Mejia. He's from Denver. He's amazing. That was at Memorial Day weekend. We were in Endicott, New York, which is right outside of Syracuse. And that's the SBK International Gala. I think it was their 7th year. Great event. Small, great weekender. Amazing talent, great classes. And, it was the community was split on one day. And that was to see it in another community happen in another community. It was hard because I was like, wow, this community is missing out on all of this tonight and today, like during classes and workshops were great, but the social, it was like, why would you do a social when you have an annual event? Why would you create something else when there's already an annual event going on? But big kudos to that organizer because he kept it going, and it was great. It was a really, really great experience.
yeah,
I am really excited to go back next year.
Yeah. I love the footsteps. I wanted to say like how you guys like, and that again, going back to professional, professional, the difference between a professional dancer and just a dancer, like I noticed you guys did the footsteps in the sequence. It's not like, oh, it's like, woman, you stepped on my foot again. It wasn't like that. Or you're like, look, bro, you better. No, you guys just, it's like mental, like dance telepathy or whatever. You guys just, no.
You just feel it. You just feel it.
That's it.
You're supposed to just feel the music.
That's
sometimes you're together and sometimes you're not. That's what, that's what's great about bachata.
I like it. And you move to and those shoes.
Oh, those shoes. Yes, those are my favorite shoes, actually. I'm going to give a little plug here. So in my studio, I did a lot of research for shoes, and I wanted to carry a line of shoes. And Erica Maya dance shoes are what we carry. And that's the Bachata Basic boot by Erica Maya. And one of the most important things that dancers need to remember is that their shoes are very, very important. You need to have really good fitting shoes in order to prevent injury. And we spend so many hours in high heels that the follows really, they don't think about it. I look at people's feet and I'm like, oh my gosh, your shoes are so big, you're going to hurt yourself. And, but ladies and gentlemen, get proper dance shoes. It makes a huge difference in your body and your dancing.
And you can get arthritis too in your feet. Like I heard a lot of dancers when they get older, like they because,
even young people get arthritis, I promise.
Really? Okay. So, because I don't really wear proper shoes when I dance. I just, I just wear Roswell shoes, and I gotta really stop that, or I can damage. Seriously, I can really damage my feet.
Well, guess what, Roswell? You can come to Erica Maya and you can custom make your own shoe. How about that?
Okay, we got a deal, woman. That's fine. We got a deal. He's like, you really know how to press my buttons. I like that.
Aww.
I like that. That's the thing about you. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to act weird on live. I mean, it's just that when I first met you, I mean, I know you were a decent woman. You came up to me, you're like, and then we danced. You have patience with me. I mean, that again, you're a good woman. You're professional and you're decent. Okay, it's hard to find. It's hard for me to find a woman with those three qualities nowadays. So you have them. So. So I just want to let you know. I'm just not saying that because, I've been talking for over an hour, but when I'm saying that because it's from the heart. And as if anyone knows me, Martha, what I say comes from here, not really from here. It really comes from here.
Thank
Okay.
you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. Before we go, the final. Okay. One of the most important things. Okay. Children.
Let's talk about the kids. Yes.
Children, my
Yes.
favorite topic. One of the reasons I'm doing human services is because I like to make a difference. Also, I like to help children, with their career and stuff. You and I, we had good role models. We had a positive influence. We were, you know, by the grace of, the big guy or whatever, we had support. Not every child, right? We're
Yes.
fortunate, like you and I,
Mhm.
right? Some,
Yep.
some people, they have, they tell their kid, what, why are you coming home 10 o'clock at night? What's going on here? No, dance, no, you're not going to do that. That's only for like, rich people or people that don't know what to do. We had support, right?
Yes.
To maybe someone that's looking at this, maybe, I don't know, a family member, maybe your niece or nephew or cousin or whatever, and they're like, Auntie Martha or whatever, and Auntie, I said Aunt.
Titi.
What advice?
Titi.
I mean, if they want to pursue the dance thing as a career, like really pursue it, you got to tell them something. What are you going to tell them, man? What advice can you tell them?
I've actually had some people ask about the path that they should present to their child. And that's a big misconception because we can't present a path to a child. We have to allow children to experience all things. And we live in a society now where there's a lot of access, even across financial ranges, right? Um, there's access to a lot of different things, to a lot of different sports, to music, to art, to dance, languages, arts and sciences, everything. And we need to allow our children to be exposed to those things so that they can make their own choices and pick. That being said, if your child decides that they want to dance, then you put them in whatever it is that you can afford or find free programs. There's a lot. This could be a whole conversation in and of itself, because there's a lot of resources available, especially in larger cities that have a lot of community programs or even universities. Like if you're close to the University of Michigan, I'll speak about Indiana University because that's where I grew up. I grew up in Bloomington, Indiana. After we moved from Puerto Rico, we came to Indiana. My mom was going to Indiana University. She was an instructor there. And we were able to join the ballet program. I was in gymnastics. My sister was taking violin, and it was all through the university. So there were a lot of options available, and it was at very low cost to students and to people in the community. And so that's how I got into it. I didn't go to some fancy um, studio where they had competitions and things like that. That wasn't part of my life. But my mom exposed me to everything that she could. So I did folkloric dancing in Puerto Rico. I did salsa, bachata, guajira, bomba, plena. We learned all of it. And whenever there was a talent show, guess what? My mom was like, oh, you have to do this. Oh, you have to do that. And so, kids being kids, we all were like, oh, let's do a group. Oh, let's do a choreography. And that's how it started. So you need to give your children that opportunity to explore and see what they like. If they have, and I'm no expert on this, I only have my two kids and I can only speak for what my experience is. But if there is a child that has, or an adult even, that has a desire to dance, then you need to find what genre, give them a good basis. If they're really, really serious, you're gonna know. And their teachers, sorry, it's loud. It's getting loud now.
That's okay.
This is the Motor City, so
That's okay.
I
It's
got a
okay.
muffler on something. So you need to expose them and you need to allow them to experience those different things. Give them a great foundation because the foundation of dance is essential. It doesn't matter what genre it is. It doesn't matter anything. If you don't have a strong foundation, you won't be successful. So that's my best advice is that you give the child the opportunity to get a good solid foundation. And talk with their teachers, talk with wherever it is that they're taking classes, talk to other instructors, Reach out to people. Now you have the internet, you have Facebook, you can reach out to so many people. I mean, you can ask questions. You have to find the way to get them exposed. And even now with, with online, they can watch anything on YouTube, and just give them the opportunity to go and experience it. Don't limit them. Don't limit them because they're a boy or a girl, or because you're Latina or you're African or whatever. It doesn't matter. Give them the opportunity to explore everything, and they will come up with the right path for themselves. And all you have to do is be supportive. Be supportive, but provide them with a good foundation. I exposed my kids to everything. They did ballet, they did soccer, they did gymnastics. They decided to go, music. They did everything. And I mean, you have to expose them, and then they can pick. I was pretty strict. I'm like, okay, if you start something, you got to finish it. Like, we're going to do one season, you got to finish the season. I don't care. You got to finish the season. So that was the only thing that I was really strict about. But I was like, you don't have to do this or that. You can choose whatever it is you want to do. You want to go try something? Let's go try one session, see how you like it. You don't like it? Okay, try something else. I'm not going to sit there and force you. That's how you create burnout in kids and adults.
I can hug you right now for saying that. I mean, that's not just because I have nothing else to say at 10:06 p.m. on a Tuesday, but Martha, like I may have told you this when I met you the very first time. Like I had a sheltered life, like totally sheltered life. My parents were great. Trust me. I mean, they're still, but I lived like a sheltered life. I couldn't go out at a certain time. Couldn't go here Sundays, church, Saturdays, stay home in the library, don't go dancing, so because of those strict rules, and in a way it's kind of good, because like I didn't get myself in trouble. I never hit the bars. I never tried a cigarette in my life. I never smoked, no hookah, no drug, no meat, no. If I have a headache, I wait till it goes away. I don't believe in aspirin. So, but the bad side of that is that I can't believe I'm saying this live, but I missed out on a lot of stuff, so like a late bloomer. Like I really didn't go to my first dance club until I was like 24. Didn't have my first car until I was almost 30. I didn't like
cars are overrated
until I was like, close to 40. So in a way it's kind of good and bad, because a lot of people look at me and say, that was good, Russell, I wish I would have parents that would like on my back. They know where I was, what I was doing, and tell me what to do. This is what you got to do. You're going to go to school, whether you like it or not, blah, blah. But then again, the flip side is I missed out on a lot. I'm not that street smart. As most people know, So I guess what I'm trying to say, I'm happy what you said, because for some, I feel like those words of wisdom is not only for kids in general, but it helps for me also, and it's helping me right now, because I feel that, there's still stuff that I'm not going to hold myself back to that I should do. Oh, wait. I'm not saying I'm going to go out there and try pot, and because I know it's legal here in New Jersey. No, I don't mean it that way. Let me back up here. I mean, I'm not going to, I think those days are past. I'm not going to.
There's a whole world for everyone to explore. Yeah, no, there's a whole world out there for people to explore, and people should not limit themselves. And I think that's one of the biggest things after the quarantine, after this whole pandemic, is that we've had people come to dance because they were like, you know what? I kept putting it off. And then during the quarantine, I realized that I don't want to put it off anymore. I want to learn. I want to try something new. And that's something that I think that we all need to remember. Life is short, and there are lots of things that can pass you by because you don't take the opportunity. And every opportunity is an opportunity to learn something, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
And we need to grab it and take it and learn from it.
You're like my second mom.
Aw. I'm a Sagittarius too.
Wait, we didn't talk about that before the interview. You're Sag?
December 13th, yeah. And my kids are Leos too.
So all that stuff that I just made up. I literally made up. Don't tell your friend I said that. She's going to be. So all that stuff I just made up is true. Oh my God. Oh no, seriously. I just said that because I don't know. I mean, I did. I wanted to be. No, I didn't. So really, Leo. So you're.
Yeah.
Leo.
My kids are Leos. Yep. They're Little Leos.
Okay, but so it is true then. So Sag are cool, super cool people. Because if you're cool, I mean, that's
Are
cool.
we're the
I'm so
best,
cool.
even though
I'll say.
Capricorns like to say it's them, but it's us.
Well, let me just say this real quick about the zodiac both sides. Sag, okay, I'll say this real quick. I'm being honest here. This is from experience, not Roswell science. But Sag, we're good people. We are. We put other people ahead of ourselves. Like we can't live. I know. Let me speak for myself. I can't live with guilt, Martha. I know, like if I stepped on a fly or if I like ran over a
Oh,
cat or a deer, like I mean, I'm the type of person I'll be like, oh, it's bothering me. I'm gonna talk about it over and over and over. You know, my mom is a Libra. She's the type. Look, move on. It's done and
my
over. You
mom is
kill
a
the
Libra
animal.
too.
She's like, you kill the animal.
That's
Move on.
funny.
It's went to heaven. Stop. Move on. Okay, just don't hit a person. You know, my mom is that type. You know, I'm like, but mom, I'm not gonna go to heaven. I'm like, but that's, you know, I mean, I don't even eat meat, and I ran over an animal. You know, so I'm one
That's
of
even worse.
I'm one of those people, like I take things so serious and so sensitive. I'm very, um, and but the bad thing about me, I'm super cool, but it takes a lot to get me angry. A lot, really, And but when I get angry, it's like the fire. The fire is like whoosh, the fire, and then I go, watch out, everyone, the fire sign. So, but that hardly ever happens. It only happens like when we have an eclipse or what. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that you're a good person and I'm a good person, and I think that's the reason like I felt your energy. I didn't even know you were my son, but I felt you were a good person. You're honest. You're loyal. And you're trustworthy. We're very open-hearted, and we give everyone the benefit of the doubt. We love everyone. It's just we're open-hearted people. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, okay. But it was a pleasure speaking with you. And I know we went a little over like I normally do. I know I gotta cut this crap out. If this was really like national TV, if I had my own sitcom, I mean NBC, CBS, I mean they would have billed me big time for going over.
For going over, yeah.
We're gonna go over. So I'm sorry, God, I gotta work in
It's
this.
okay. It's
But
okay.
you know what?
I
But
I do need to cut it short because I got a long night still with
you
rehearsals
know,
and stuff. People in
but
there. So
yeah, and you're a sweetheart, and I enjoy talking to you. And when are you coming to New York? I just gotta
not
ask you.
sure. Not sure. Um, right now, getting ready to take some time to work on choreographies and stuff like that. It's new season, so it's like go hard time. But I will be in Miami for DFF, for the Dance Fusion Festival. So we will be there.
Saturday?
No, for my Dance Fusion Festival. So Labor Day weekend. I'm not going to Central Movement this year.
Oh, Saturday. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But like I said, go watch the shows on Saturday night.
I
You
might
can
be
watch
there
Alejandro
Saturday.
lift.
I might be September. I'm not sure. Okay, I know Gypsy Moore. I mean, he said he's having.
Giuseppe, yes, yes.
Yeah, I normally come every year. I'm gonna try.
Yeah,
The thing that my mom now, she's with me, and
yeah.
she's lost without me. So I still have to. I'm thinking about going there because a lot of people are asking me, are you gonna go again? I'm like, I'm not.
It's one of my favorite events, quite honestly. I
Yeah.
think that it's very well organized. Giuseppe has a really great team. Um, the lineup is great. I
Mhm.
love that they have the opportunity for performances, but not required. And a lot of student teams like to go and duos and stuff. And I think that's really great. The location is fantastic. I love Fort Lauderdale. It's one of my favorite cities in the United States, and one of my favorites in Florida. And just everything that's around the hotel, all the restaurants, the beach, the pool, the hot tub,
Mhm.
everything. And the people are super, super, like everybody that comes is really nice. And all the artists, they dance with everybody. And that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I used to live in Florida. I didn't want to come back. I used to live 2 years ago. I mean, you know, I,
Yeah.
I miss Florida, but I'm going back. Hopefully, I can see you in September or stuff. Even if I don't see you there, I want to see you super soon. Okay.
All
Um,
right.
Thank you so much for joining me. It's a
Thank you for
pleasure.
having me.
It's a pleasure. Keep those nails looking beautiful like they normally do, and the hair, you're naturally gorgeous, girl.
It's very messy.
Feel free to continue sharing your postings on our, that, feel free to share your
Thank you.
postings, any
Thank
big
you.
stuff, and you're more than welcome. Okay.
Thank
Um,
you.
it was a pleasure speaking with you. Okay. I felt
Thank you.
you like literally throughout this, like I felt like your energy and my energy and yours. You know, one Sag to the next. Okay. Have a good night, and thank you for everything.
Thank you. You too. Thanks for having me. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Have a good night.